Folks, welcome back to the fall season of the Bridal Show here on WTVQ, and I'm so excited to have a new co-host with us, Melissa Smith of Style 360. Welcome aboard.
Thanks. I'm very excited. Thank you.
I can't wait to see all the wonderful adventures we're going to get into with so many wedding businesses and everything here in Central Kentucky. And I'm excited to talk about your business. You have a business called Style 360.
I do.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, when I first started getting into the business, it was just for strictly planning, and then realized there was a high demand that a lot of brides and their bridal parties need help. And they know what they want, they know the look they want, but they have a hard time putting it together. And not everyone, can do that. And it's something that I enjoy to do. It's something that I like to do and I can do. So I consult with them. Sometimes what we'll do is we'll go to their closet and see, and it kind of tells me who they are and get to know them, and I'll go to their home, and sometimes we'll clean their closets out and make new outfits, and they'll be surprised about what things I could put together, and they'll say, well, I didn't know I could wear that together, and they have a few new outfits they didn't even know they had already in their closet. I'll help them go shopping. We'll pick out some outfits for their engagement shoots, and I've even gone on engagement shoots and helped them keep them fluffed and fresh and helped with the change of their outfits, as well as helping them in their bridal parties.
Great. And so you're a bridal fashion stylist. I am. And I know that entails a whole lot of different things, just like a lot of the things you just mentioned. Regarding clothing, when you do go through their closets and start talking to them about that, what are some things in your experiences that you've found with brides, especially younger brides? Do they just not have a lot of experience putting things together? They
don't, and they don't know. They think that if they're wearing black slacks, that they have to have a white shirt, or everything has to be, they're afraid to put colors and layers. So it's amazing what just some accessories or layers can actually do to an outfit. You can give you a whole new look. But it's more of I try to find who they are, and going to their house is the best way to do that, and try to find their inner fashion style and try to pull that out of them. A lot of people are afraid of what people are looking at and thinking of. Maybe that's why I can do it, because I don't care. I just wear what I like and put it together. So maybe that's why. But everyone has inner fashion style inside of them, whether you're a male or a female, and sometimes you just need a little help to find it and pull it out.
Yeah, and do you ever find out that some colors look better on some different women, skin tones? And
absolutely, absolutely. I mean, like, I love the color of yellow, and I have some yellow in my closet, but I always have to add some deeper colors, because if I just wear a yellow shirt, it flushes me out. So yeah, you have to be, definitely with your skin tones, absolutely, and your hair color, absolutely. Oh,
great, okay.
Yeah.
And so when I first think bridal fashion stylist, one of the things that jumps out is helping pick the wedding dress.
Right.
Do a lot of times the brides already have a wedding gown in mind, or do a lot of times you have to help them with that?
Majority of the time when we meet our brides, they usually have their dress, because some girls know, oh my gosh, when I get married, like at 15, I'm going to get married at this place. I love this place. That's great. If it's an outside place, then you don't want to wear a ball gown with a 20, foot train. You don't want to do that on grass. So you have to know that the dress does determine the vineyard, or the vice versa. You have to realize that just because that dress looks good on someone else doesn't mean that dress is fit for you. You have to learn and understand that you make the dress doesn't make you. So I had a bride call me one time in tears, and she said, I'm so upset. I'm like, why are you upset? She said, because I love the first dress I tried on. It's only $600. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why are you crying about that? She said, aren't you supposed to try on 20 dresses and pay $1,200? And I'm like, no. She goes, can I send you pictures? And I'm like, yes, absolutely. So she sent me pictures, and I almost was in tears, because I immediately called her and I said, you know what? I said, when they made that dress was made with your name on it. You make that dress does not make you or anybody else. That's why you love that dress. That's why you know in your heart it is your dress. Oh. So that's how actually it really works.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's great. Well, I'm curious to know, have you always just loved style and loved fashion?
Yes.
Has it been a lifelong passion?
It has. I have 3 sisters, and my father, he has 4 daughters. And I would have to be the first one up in the morning to get ready for school, because my other sisters, you know, they weren't into it like I was. So it took me forever to get ready. It takes me forever to decide what outfit I'm going to wear. And sometimes I think, you know what, I've just got too many options. That's my problem. So yeah, it's always kind of been my thing. Absolutely.
That's great. Well, so now on occasion, well, you mentioned here also that you help out with the bridesmaids, sometimes coordinating their look. Is that mainly with their dresses that they're going to wear at the wedding, or is it just their general look as everything is leading up to the wedding?
You know, both. You know, whatever they really need. But they have to understand that if the bride is wearing a more simple summery dress, you don't want your girls in prom dresses. So you kind of got to, you know, be careful about how you dress your girls as well. You also have to be aware of the fact that if you have your girls in navy blue, your mom and your groom's mom should not be in navy blue. They shouldn't, no one should, you know, they need to be different. They need to stand out, because they will have photographs, you know, with them as well. So they don't want to be a part of the bridal party. They want to be known as mom. As, you know, so that's a key point as well too. But yeah, you have to help them. I've had some brides, you know, send me pictures of their bridesmaids and their dresses, trying them on, and I'm like, well, is she going to wear Spanx under that? You know, you gotta also consider the undergarment and know that, you know, you have to make it look. I'm a size 2, but if you're a size 2, 12, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you have to wear the right undergarment as well. That's very, very important, and I don't think girls realize that, because it really helps with the look of the dress as well.
Have you been noticing any, things with regard to style with changes throughout the years? Are there any new trends or anything going on in the wedding industry?
I'm finding that the lace is coming back in, thank God, and the shoulder lace as well. I've seen all year long this year, every wedding I've been at except 2 have been the strapless mermaid dresses. And it's like, okay, let's not do this anymore. And some of them should not be in a strapless mermaid. It's just not made for their body. But I'm starting to see the lace come back, thank God. Because lace to me is so Aubrey Hepburn, it's so classic. It's just something that, to me, that is what a wedding is. So in the V-necks with that lace and the open backs, you know. Something else too is, and I've had photographers actually discuss this with me, and these tight updos. You know, they're saying they want to grow their hair out, and so they can updo it. I'm like, well, why are you growing it out if you're just going to put it up? But they're putting it up in updos, and they're spraying them really tight, and that's such an 80s, 90s look, you know, where it should be more flowing. I had a bride, and the 1st of August, she wore no hairpiece, she wore no veil, and she just she curled her hair. It was this length, it flowed, it was beautiful, it was gorgeous. She had the lace on her shoulders. It was a simple, rustic outside wedding, but she was so elegant just because she kept it so natural, and she was probably the most beautiful bride I've seen all year.
Oh, wow. And
she didn't have that up too stiff hair, and you know, and all this big, you know, jewelry, and she wasn't hanging out over this mermaid dress, and you know, she wasn't trying to be a prom girl. She was trying to be herself, her simple bride for her groom, and that's to me what it's about. That's great. So yeah.
Simply Love Studio is a complimentary wedding resource center in Central Kentucky, and we host an annual event called Venue Hop, and it's each spring and fall, and brides will have the opportunity to tour several different venues and meet with dozens of Central Kentucky vendors. We take brides in small groups, all on limos provided by Gold Shield Transportation, and all of the brides get to try different food and cake samples. Anything you could need for your wedding, you'll find that day. The best part is that you leave with swag bags. We do sell out, so be sure and RSVP at lexingtonvenuehop.com.
Let's see, regarding clothing, are there maybe 2 or 3 different places in Lexington or Central Kentucky when you take a bride shopping that you like to go to?
Yeah, actually there's a few stores that are my favorite stores that I shop personally. Again, it depends on their budget. But of course Macy's and Dillard's are, you know, everyone's favorites. But there's stores like Marshall's and TJ Maxx where I go a lot myself, because these big designers like Ford and Kors, what they do is they overbuy, and when they don't sell it, they send it to these stores. And so I can go in there and get a Michael Kors dress, $130, $150 dress. I can get it for $30. An amazing dress, shoes, purses, accessories. It's amazing. If you it's not like a conventional store. You do kind of have to dig through and look, you know. But I get compliments all the time on my stuff, and when I tell them it's a Michael Kors or Ford or, you know, or Jimmy Choo, they're just like, "What? How much did you pay for that?" $30. You know. So I try to, you know, again, depends on their budget. You know, some girls have their favorite stores. Express is another great one. I shop there. So it's, you know, I take them wherever they like, and then I let them. But that's a question they ask me: where's the cheap store? I can get nice clothes, you know. So
great. And regarding shoes, what are some things that you like to do with getting a bride and her bridesmaids the perfect shoes for not only the special day but the days leading up to that too?
As far as for the day? Well, most brides, you know, they want to wear a heel, and that's fine. That's, you know, outside, you know, they right now have heel savers you can put on your heels, so it's okay. A lot of brides think they can't wear the heels, you know, outside, but they can. Then, of course, when it comes to the dancing, you know, we go into flats. Usually just little simple sparkly flip-flops or something like that, you know. Nothing, you know, too extravagant. You can't really see the shoe. But the really big trend today is a colored shoe. A white dress, off-white dress, and this year it's been like the navy blue shoe. It's been like the blue suede shoe with Elvis. That's what I call it. And it's beautiful. I love the look. It looks great. It gives a little bit of color. Hot pink is another great color. So that's what we usually, you know, they're going for, is the colored shoes.
And then regarding hair and makeup,
yes.
What things do you like to do with regard to that? What kind of advice do you usually give brides?
A lot of the brides, I don't do makeup. I can do makeup, but it's just not my forte. It's not something I really wanted to do. We've got some amazing makeup artists here in town. Some of them have been a little scared after having their makeup put on, because you do need to go heavier. And they come to me and they're like, "Oh, you know, my makeup's too heavy. I'm not used to this." No, you're not used to this, and you may feel uncomfortable right now, but when you see your pictures later, you're gonna be thankful that you had some heavier makeup on, because it is because of the photographs. You don't want to be drained out. You don't want to look tired. You don't want to look stressed in your pictures. And even though it's your day, it's an amazing day, you're still nervous, you're putting on a big party, so there's a little bit of stress there too, you know. So yeah, heavier makeup is the best advice, and your makeup artist will also tell you that as well. And they'll go a little, but you know, they're not going to do what you don't want them to do, but they're going to advise it as well. So.
Sure, yeah, and so many weddings, even in the winter, a bride is going to not only be stressed, but you probably have a little bit of heat in the room that you're at or outside, so a little bit of extra makeup probably helps with that.
Absolutely,
too.
yes.
Great. Well, could you describe your own style? What do you think personally? Is there one style that you usually like to have, or that you like, or are you multifaceted with regard to that?
With me? Oh, I'm multi. I'm like whatever the occasion calls for. I'm, you know, I can wear the cutoff jean shorts and Ugg boots, you know, t-shirts. I can dress up. I'm, you know, I personally think that style is going to tell. When I look at someone, I'm like, okay, that's the kind of mood you're in today. I think your mood also determines what you're going to wear that day. So, I mean, even if you're in office work every day and you wear business, there's going to be times you're going to be more business down. There's going to be times you're going to be more, you know, it's just, I think your mood determines also what level of that style that you're going to bring out that day. Like some days I'm going to have heavier accessories on. Some days I don't want to wear, I'll wear just a watch, you know. It just, I think your mood absolutely determines, not necessarily just the place, but your mood as well. Okay. So.
Great. Well, appreciate it. And folks, we will be right back with more of the Bridal Show after this.
Hello, and
and welcome to Lexington. Lexington is the only online coupon company that is devoted to its customers in Lexington as well as Central Kentucky. We have amazing deals on everything that you need as well as everything that you want. Look, we're all looking for ways to save money. Why not stretch your dollars with Lexington? Just sign up below and start receiving your daily deals. It's time to save some serious money. So what are you waiting for?
Folks, welcome back to the Bridal Show, and again, it's a special episode, the first episode with my new co-host, Melissa Smith. So happy to have you on board again.
I'm excited to be here. Very excited. Thank you for allowing me to be.
Oh, well, you're welcome. I mean, it's an amazing experience. We've been friends. We've known each other for several months. You're also in the wedding business with Style 360.
Right.
And over the last year or so, now that you're entrenched here in the community again, have you guys been really busy? Have you been doing a lot of different events?
We have. We've been very busy with weddings by Michele. I also work with her on weddings, so we've been extremely busy. Yeah, enjoying that.
Great. One of the first times we had lunch, you told me some great stories about your background. You have led such an interesting life. You could write a book about it. And
I've been told, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully one day you will write one and put some of these stories down. But what is your general background? What led you to Style 360 and back here to Lexington? And tell me a few of those stories that you told us before.
Well, I was born and raised in Cincinnati, but lived in the South in Florida for quite a few years, about 8 or 9 years, and then the children wanted to be closer to home, family, so we came to Lexington. I did property management for several years, and it just got to where I didn't want to do it anymore. It wasn't fun, wasn't happy. So I decided what I wanted to do was fly around the world and be a flight attendant. So I did it. I just went out and did it.
Wow, that's great. No, I know you started to have some interesting passengers on some of your flights later. Did you kind of start out just flying just general flights open to the public, and then eventually you started getting some celebrity folks? I
started out with commercial flights. We flew for a gentleman who owned a Boeing 727 out of New York. He reconfigured it. It had a staterooms, it had a chef on board, a full kitchen, recliners, full bar, very, very elegant aircraft. And he would rent this aircraft out for celebrities, pro ball teams, people who can't fly commercial because of the public. So they would rent this, especially tours like Rolling Stones, a tour that I was able to go on with them and do, which was amazing. Wow. And no matter what they say about them, they are nice guys. Nice guys. They just like to have a good time.
That's great.
Yeah, that was interesting. It was great.
So does you can tell us, and you can tell the audience, does Mick Jagger actually have the moves like Jagger?
I don't know. I think Nick Blevins has really got some great moves. Like Jagger, but yeah, he does. But he's more standoffish and more conservative when he's not on stage, which was really kind of a surprise. But I also shortly became to realize that he was really the brains behind the operation, and he really ran it. And the other guys were just there to play and party and have a good time. But they made it work, and they made it work well, and we had a really good time.
That's great. And with Mick being businesslike, do you have memories of, say, Keith Richards or Ron Wood or Charlie Watts kind of sitting down or hanging out, enjoying a beverage or two and just cutting up, or what?
Oh yeah. One of the restrictions they had was, now you can't smoke on aircrafts, but that was one of their things that per the contract, they wouldn't even sign a contract unless they could smoke. And it was constantly hanging out of Ron Wood's mouth. It was just, and Keith, they smoked the whole time. And so, but I was standing at the bar, and I wasn't bartending that day, but there was another flight attendant. It was her shift to do the bartending, and I was standing there, and Ron Wood came out and just put his arms around me, and he's like, and asking for a screwdriver and hold the screw like that, and she looked at me, she goes, "What's that?" And I said, "Straight vodka." And she goes, "Oh my God!" And that's exactly how he drank it, straight vodka.
Oh.
But they had their wives on board and their girlfriends, and it was just, they were all great. It was just like a big family. They were really our family, and they treated us that way as well, and we had a great time with them.
Amazing. So, and what was Wayne Newton like?
Wayne Newton is amazing. He's bigger in person than I thought. I was on the aircraft, and we were in Vegas, and we were waiting for them to board, and I had my back toward the front of the aircraft. I was looking at the aft of the aircraft, and all of a sudden somebody grabs me and swings me around and twirls me and bends me and serenades me, and it's Wayne Newton. I'm like, ah! And then I look up like this. I'm not expecting it. Very large man, very much a gentleman. His wife, very beautiful, wonderful lady. They're a great couple. And he was just fun-loving, and he loved to sing, he loved to entertain, he loved people, and it really came across. Yeah,
was it Dankeschön that he sang to you?
It was. It was Danke, yes. And all the girls were standing there going, "We're jealous." So yeah, it was. But yeah, he's a great guy. And I was sitting in the jump seat, and I looked up, and he was sitting in the stateroom with his wife Kat, and he went like this, and I went over and sat down, and he gave me a picture, and he had autographed it, and and gave me his password to backstage if I come to Vegas to see him, and wow. Yeah, he was great.
Oh, that's amazing.
Great, yeah.
So you have all these great experiences on flights, and then you kind of decide you're ready for another transition. You want to get into the style business. Right. So how did you go from there to here? Well,
I grounded myself because my son started getting into high school, and he was getting serious about his football, wanted to play some college ball, and I knew that I needed to be there for him more. He had a great dad at home, and always helped while I was flying, and very supportive of us. But I knew that Mom needed to be there for that, so I knew it was time to ground myself, so I did. But then style is just, something I just really want to do and had a passion for, and everyone kept saying, "You need to do your passion, you need to do your passion. If you do your passion, you'll be happy and you'll be successful." So yeah, I ventured. Great.
And then Style 360 has been successful. You've been helping brides across the Bluegrass, doing so much. And then you started working with an absolutely fantastic person, Michele Landers.
Yes.
What was it like the first time you met Michele?
Well, I was in the gym working out one day with a trainer, and we were kind of, just talking about, I was like, well, I'm trying to figure out what I really want to do when I grow up, kind of type thing. So, and I was telling him about, I like the weddings and doing weddings, and so he's like, I need to introduce you to the perfect person. So he did. He introduced us to Michele Landers, and at Weddings by Michele, and we had lunch one day, and we clicked right away. She is the wedding planner. She really knows her stuff in and out. You can ask, there's just nothing, even about tents, that the woman doesn't know when it comes to weddings. She's amazing. You can learn so much from her. I thought I already knew a lot, and realized I didn't know as much as I thought. I can do the decorating because that comes natural, I know how to organize things, but she can really pull it off. She's fantastic, and she's taught me a lot, and we've ended up becoming friends, and work very well together. So
now, if somebody wants to contact you, what is your website and contact information, phone number, any of that, if they want to set up a consultation with you?
Well, I have a Style 360 Facebook page. They can also get a hold of me on LinkedIn as well. I have a web page, style360ky.com, and it has all my information. It has a few pictures as well on there of some of my weddings, as well as one of my brides.
And what's your phone number again?
It's 859-492 0440. And it's on my website and all my other areas. I also do blogging on Hootsuite, WordPress. I've been told to fashion blog, so I've been trying to do that once a week.
Fantastic. Well, we'll be right back with more of the Bridal Show after this.